Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24, reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I'm Comfort Amadu. And we begin with a report on President Muhammadu Buhari's assurance to remain resolutely committed to upholding and defending Nigeria's corporate existence in a nationwide broadcast to commemorate this year's Democracy Day celebration. The president re-emphasized that since joining the army, he became prepared to lay down his life for the country. State House correspondent Adam Musambo has details.
In the last 2 years, we have witnessed and overcome a good number of testy challenges that would have destroyed other nations, especially relating to our collective security.
President Muhammadu Buhari said he is not unmindful of the reason Nigerians yearned for his presidency in 2015, that is, to put an end to the growing insecurity, especially terrorism and insurgency. He, however, said the unintended consequences of scattering the criminal elements in the northeast pushed them further in country with the misguided belief that adherence to the democratic norms handicaps his administration from tackling them frontally and decisively.
We are already addressing these obstacles, bringing some of these culprits to justice. Let me assure my fellow citizens that every incident of our mind is the great worry. By the grace of God, put an end to these challenges.
The president said since coming to power, security agencies have been provided with all they require relative to available resources, and as the dynamics unfold, nothing will be left to chance towards putting an end to the security concerns.
The indefatigable can-do spirit of the Nigerian has sustained us and will keep pushing us to put these challenges behind us. Overcoming the present challenges is but one of the necessary processes that we have to undergo as a nation so that we can come out stronger.
Describing poverty and youth unemployment as the twin underlying drivers of insecurity, President Buhari said unprecedented steps have been taken towards addressing them through various interventions in critical economic sectors.
I will be the first to admit that in spite of our efforts and achievements, which are there for all to see, there is more to be done, and we are doing that. Our overall economic target of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in 10 years is our goal.
Already, he said, 10.5 million Nigerians have been lifted out of into. And on the June 12th Democracy Day celebration, the president made a case for Nigerians to get involved by supporting democratic system that works for all and demand accountability from elected leaders.
As your president, I remain committed to providing an enabling environment for a free, fair, and credible electoral system under my tenure.
He formally appreciated Nigerians for their patience, understanding, and resolve to join hands in not only keeping Nigeria one, but making her the country of their dream. From the State House, Adam Musambo, NTA News.
And President Buhari has been speaking on the bold strides of his administration, urging Nigerians to be fair in their assessment of government's performance. The president spoke in an exclusive interview with the NTA.
I want Nigerians to be fair to this administration. They should reflect seriously at the time we came in, especially relative to Northeast and South-South. Where we are now, it's in time relativity. Resources, how much were we producing? Or the previous administration before we came was producing 2.1 million barrels a day, average, at the price cost of $100 American per barrel. When we came, somehow the militants in the South were unleashed on this administration, and production went down to 500,000 barrels a day. Again, the market, the oil market collapsed. So I would like Nigerians to reflect on those in terms of resources and time. And I believe we haven't done very badly.
He also spoke on the challenges of the fight against corruption.
People who misappropriated funds, a lot of them were elected members, either at state level or at federal level. And their base still value them. You can accuse them or even try to prove that when they were elected members of the House of Reps and they were given ministries and so on, they had only one house and maybe a wife. But now they had several houses in Abuja, maybe in Lagos, and maybe two more wives. So really, if you try to work out their legitimate salary vis-a-vis their expenditures, they will be embarrassed.
Also, President Muhammadu Buhari has formally reacted to the contentious issues of restructuring through federalism and devolution of power, reaffirming his unapologetic belief in devolving power to the people. The president points to the autonomy granted the state legislature and judiciary through an executive order in spite of resistance at the state level, as evidence while speaking at an audience with members of the Nigerian Interreligious Council. NIREX State House correspondent Adam Musambo has details.
Members of the Nigeria Religious Council, co-chaired by the Sultan of Sokoto and President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, were in the State House to confer with President Muhammadu Buhari on resolutions of their second quarterly meeting in furtherance of efforts at making Nigeria more secure and united.
All sources of illegal inflow of weapons to the country should be blocked, and the names of those aiding and abetting terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping, together with other criminal activities, should be published. And not only published, they should be prosecuted.
These are challenging times. We will continue to pray for you. And we pray to Almighty Allah to guide you aright towards making Nigeria a better society.
President Muhammadu Buhari described as delightful that the meeting clearly identified specific issues for both the government and the people of Nigeria, which has been lacking in the national discourse towards addressing prevailing challenges of security.
I must confess, pained than anyone can imagine with the ongoing challenges because they have increased the hunger, pain, and anger in the land. I remain committed to quickly pushing this dark side of our history behind us, and we are currently making sure that funding will not hamper our efforts. We will not relent in our efforts at clearing these criminals from all parts of our land, including the forests.
He said already government has started going after the financiers supporting the criminal elements and supporting them with arms, explaining that some of them will soon be prosecuted while the security agencies expand their network to get the others. On the issue of restructuring and devolution of powers, the president said only the National Assembly can deal with the constitutional matter.
Luckily, the National Assembly have nearly completed the constitutional review process, which I hope will address some of the burden agitating the minds of people. Your role is critical in putting the correct perspective out to Nigerians, while government is ensuring a conducive environment for addressing both the direct and indirect causes of the challenges, including the areas of job creation and employment generation.
President Buhari thanked the NIREC members for their support, but called for more, especially in engaging the elites and divisive messages so as to ensure a peaceful Nigeria. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government has expressed its conviction that the governors of the Southeast and South-South are committed to the unity and stability of Nigeria. Defense Minister Major General Bashir Magashi made this known after a closed-door meeting with the governors and stakeholders in the Southeast zone with a delegation from the federal government on security challenges in the zone and the nation. Susan Eze reports.
In quest of solutions to the daunting security challenges confronting Nigeria and of late the Southeast zone, this meeting of governors, religious, traditional and political leaders of the Southeast zone, with a delegation from the federal, seeks to identify the nature of the conflicts with a view of arriving at workable solutions. Having deliberated extensively with the leaders of the zone, the delegation from the federal government, led by Minister of Defense Major General Magashi, observed headers conflicts and marginalization as the two major fundamental issues at stake.
We have agreed that there are fundamental issues that need to be addressed. The hard should be seen from the perspective of national interest that will stop this menace all over the country. We discussed the problem of marginalization, which I think is well accepted, but further discussion will continue after we have met with Mr. President to see the grievances and after the governors articulate them so that we can have a thorough discussion on it.
On behalf of the Igbo leaders, Chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum and Governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, appreciated what he described as the federal government's genuine willingness to dialogue on the matters at stake.
That we discussed the issue of ban on open grazing, and of course this delegation is in support of this ban on open grazing, and also informed the delegation that each of the states of Southeast has laws in this respect. The commitment of federal government towards addressing all the issues by management, matters in Southeast, and this is very important.
Host Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, while welcoming the visitors, expressed optimism that these deliberations will lasting solutions to the security challenges in Enugu. Susan Eze, NTA News.
And in Plateau State, Governor Simon Bako Lalong has called on Nigerians to close ranks and eliminate that are threatening the nation's democracy, such as insecurity, corruption, tribalism, religious intolerance, and injustice, among others. In a broadcast to the citizens of the state to mark the 2021 Democracy Day, Governor Lalong said Nigeria remains a great country, despite its challenges, and will even be greater if the citizens work together and appreciate the diversity and the huge endowments of the country.
As we commemorate the 2021 Democracy Day, which marks 22 years of return to democratic governance, I wish to appeal to all citizens of Plateau State to put the interests of peace and stability of our land above personal, religious, and political sentiments. We have to build a society of freedom, justice, tolerance, and reconciliation. We all have to bear in mind that we have a role to play in not only sustaining the democratic culture, but also standing up for good governance and politics that seeks to serve rather than serve. Those of us in one position of authority or the other must serve with the fear of God and accountability to the people we serve. Our nation is passing through a difficult moment, which we must not allow to diminish our hope and faith. We shall emerge stronger if we work together in overcoming poverty, insecurity, religious fanaticism, ethnic bigotry, intolerance, lawlessness,
political rascality, and corruption, which are major threats to our democracy and national cohesion.
Lalong said he will continue to do his best in fulfilling the promises he made to the people in order to justify the confidence reposed in the APC. Now let's take a quick break. We have more reports for you when we return.